Tuesday, June 29th, 2021, 6:01 a.m. And we have just seen a pretty sharp 70 tick rally from 30 all the way up to the 73 round number. Didn't really have any opportunity to trade anything in there, but we did have this move down into previous demand back here from last Monday, and a pretty sharp rally out. Found buyers again here, back in that demand zone, and now here we are pushing back up into previous supply around that 73 round number. This is in value in yesterday's range. Next expectation would be to test the upper side of these previous highs from the overnight session, and that's also right around yesterday's point of control, so it would expect a test of that, and then possibility to move up through that area and up into the top of yesterday's range. So we'll see what happens. We also have quite a bit of potential to come back down after this imbalance move up to come down and fill some of this space in before. We'll see. So trying to identify opportunity after something has moved almost 100 ticks since I've been at the screen. I was here at 5:20, saw this start, came up here, and then we had this high tick here. So this liquidity's taken out. This liquidity's taken out. I've had all of this marked. Another high tick here, but liquidity above this. This was marked as well. And then the liquidity to the left coming back up into this value range from yesterday. So nothing to do here. We definitely could continue on. It seems like that's going to be the case, to hunt for more liquidity above this area. So we could definitely see these tops taken out here as well, and then coming back into the bulk of yesterday's trade and range here. So, and then that 73.50 would be the next upside target. And it looks like it continues to move higher and then into this demand zone. So this is kind of a flexible demand zone. This can be anywhere in here. This has been tested to here. So where's actually the untested supply? We could also say it's been tested to here. So this has almost all been tested, but I marked this initially off the 15, and you can't really see that, so the major swing high would be kind of in that area. In this marked this here, from swing high to swing high here. I'm short here, and this is a risky, definitely counter context trade off the highs, but this is a little bit of a feel trade, and I was hoping to get it up around 28 to have a little bit less risk. But then we pushed down here, and it's just feeling really heavy to me. Pushing up, can't make the new high. Pushing up, not making much ground, and also coming into this thinly traded area of the profile from yesterday. Yeah, we may push higher up into that 50 before the open, but my expectation is to come down and fill in some of this and go back down to the 73 round number. And this is a risky trade, definitely a risky trade. I had a lot of trades yesterday where I was trying to fade highs and lows, and it didn't work out so well for me. But that seems to be what I like to do, and we're going to see if I can make this one work. My expectation is go down back to the round number there at the 73 round number, and that's back to here. I went ahead and killed that trade. We're just chopping around too much up here where this is acceptance of price and seeing this as value. So to come up and test these highs again, and the possibility to move up into that 73.50 I feel like is likely. So it just seemed to me like it was getting real heavy, and but you know, that still might happen. We might get a drop down here, but just too much back and forth trade here. So seems more like a coin flip than not a whole lot of edge at this point. I took a short after this drop here at 29, expectation to push down below this area, and got stuck here and then weren't able to get any momentum going on this push down. So I de-risked pretty quickly and took a break even, immediately reversed and tried to get an order here at 29, and hoping after this just moved quickly, and I wanted a small pullback to this area, this structure here, with this supporting me to help on the pullback here, but no dice on that. So unfortunately, just watching this thing go higher again. Taking a short here. Expectation is that this volume holds. Came up, broke this high on heavy volume, and we will see. This was a little quick on the expectation that we'll break down through this low. Have a little bit of volume here, but if we can break these lows, I'll be leaning on that structure from above. So this volume is what I'm leaning on. So this is definitely fading the highs, but it seemed heavy to me. This is definitely an unfair price here, strong rejection, and be looking for that to fill in this space down to this first trouble area at 52, and that's where I'll be looking to take it off. I'll be looking to also take off my risk here at a push down of this low here. I do not want to see price back up above and not hold this trouble from at the 67 now. So if price goes back up to my entry, and I wouldn't want to be in this trade anymore. So I like everything about this trade. It's definitely on the aggressive side. It seems like I'm saying that a lot, but you can see here, this is the volume that I'm leaning on here. That's the protection for the trade. So I was kind of preempting this entry a little bit. So we'll see if we can get down to 52. There's my target down to 52. Got it off. Came right back down to the 51. And Kelly said that definitely wouldn't have been a trade for him, but it worked out. I'm short here for that idea that I talked about, going down to that 73 round number. Let's see if we can get it going. I wish it would just get on with it, but the market doesn't always care or do what I wish it would do. But we have a real weak low here. This is a weak low. I took a loss in through here as well, unfortunately, and then I re-entered on this push here. So I'm liking it. It's just very uncomfortable to sit through this. I've taken a couple trades in here and couldn't get short here, and then we imbalanced up, and then I got long again, and then was trying to get to that 54 area, and then we just on real high volume reversed, and then still with these weak lows in place, my expectation is for us to take these out. Can I hold through the pullbacks? I don't have a very good price here, but I am going to hold it. I am bound and determined to catch this move down to the 73 round number. I had 16 ticks of favorable equity on the last one that I missed and took a break even, and so now I'm chopping around at the point of control here. So not a very good price at all. I got to get lucky, and we'll see. But there's already been a couple flushes and attempts higher, and we have the weak lows, so it makes a lot of sense. This is weakness, this is weak, but we are getting into 2 hours after the open, so we'll see if we can survive here. I'm going to move my stop above these previous bar highs, which is more than I'd like, 13 tick stop, but it just needs to go. I just took another loss, 7 tick loss, and I just am getting chopped up in here. And now it's a real frustrating day, being that I was up, and now I am down 4 after all these trades. So with commissions, it's a big losing day. So I am going to stick with it because I need to capture this move. I can't take these losses and then not get the move. As long as my context read is correct, then I should be okay. But again, being that we're just chopping around here in this point of control is not great. I don't see a whole lot of edge there if we don't get some kind of volatility to come in and pick back up in the market. So this is quite possibly the worst trade ever that I can remember. I mean, just been sitting in this thing, and now it's broken up again, and now we have this small trouble area right here. I need this structure here to hold from below, and I'm not very confident in it at all. But now we've tested back down into the trouble, and hoping that this holds. We have weakness really everywhere, but these lows are just what I'm targeting, but haven't been able to make it happen yet. So just chopping around in value as well. So I think this would have been just a lot better just to walk away from this completely. There have been quite a few times lately when I've just continued to trade and then I give up on the trade, or I de-risk too early and then the move happens, and then so I take all the risk and I don't get any of the reward, and that makes no sense. So this thing is going to break one way or the other, so I'm either going to take my loss and call it a day, or this is going to break down and do what I have been expecting it to do, and we will see. Really unhappy with how I've decided to trade today, being that I'm trying just continuing to flip-flop back and forth, short and long, short and long. I am long again, trying to catch this move out of this range, but I wouldn't be surprised if we just fall right back in here, and at this point I'm not going to see this just shake these highs out and then come back in to reverse here. So, but being that I wouldn't be surprised at all if we return to value, because that's what we've been doing and that's what we're chopping around. It seems like the expectation is that we're going to break out of this range, but we just keep falling back in and keep returning. So I don't want to take any more losses, that's for sure. So I'm going to de-risk because we have broken above the range, and now I would be expecting for the top side here, these highs to hold, and then the flush of this liquidity up into here. I mean, possibly to even come up into the 66, 67 area is potential, but being that with where the volume is at, I probably not. If we can get up into this 54 area, would be a decent target as well. But it looks like I'm just going to get taken out, break even again. So that's it for me. I'm calling it a day. Here we are exactly coming back down into the point of control and just chop. I shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? But I should have called it a day. And here I am minus 10 now, where I was at up 15 at 740. Here we are 2 hours later, and now I'm down 10. Plus commissions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Way too many trades. 9, that's 45. That's a minus 145 per contract approximately. So pretty piss poor result. But tomorrow will be a better day.